It's week 1 of the National Football League, and there's no love lost between these AFC North foes. It's the Steelers and the Bengals, and it's coming up next.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paycor Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. Today, no waiting around. We jump right into an AFC North battle in Week 1 between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. Alongside Charles Davis up in the booth, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Very pleased to be with you for another season of NFL football. And Charles, we are no stranger to rivalry games between Cincinnati and Pittsburgh. What is different is that the roles have kind of been reversed. Cincinnati comes in as the division favorites following last year's Super Bowl appearance. The Steelers no more Big Ben, and they're now viewed as likely underdogs.
And we've known that the roles have been reversed since last season and the entire offseason, yet still hearing you say it, it still has to sink in. And I know the Bengals fans, they're very happy to see those roles reversed because they had dropped 11 straight to Pittsburgh prior to their recent resurgence. So this was a great test for both of these teams to start off this season. Pittsburgh with a new quarterback and Cincinnati coming off of a Super Bowl.
Ready to get us started here, Riley Patterson. And we are underway from Cincinnati. From the 6. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They're led out by the former third-round pick, now in his 11th NFL season, and that's Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
Let's go, y'all. Here we go.
First play, Wilson wants to throw it. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. Who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
Intercepted by the Steelers. They'll take over.
Brandon, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
So the Steelers now in great shape to begin their initial possession. As we take a peek at the Oklahoma State product, their quarterback, Mason Rudolph.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Rudolph. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
A second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Throwing on 3rd down, here's Rudolph. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Well, certainly not how they drew it up. A 4th down gamble turns into a 4th down scramble, but all is well. 1st down. Now Rudolph. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Here's Rudolph. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
Eluding the pressure right. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And that will force a turnover on downs. Well, you don't expect too many quarterbacks to be adept at breaking away from would-be tacklers, but this is uncommonly good right here as he's able to get away. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
Loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 3-yard line.
Now Wilson down around his goal line. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Mixing up the middle. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here's Matt Hawk now. And no room for... His first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Oh, the return is Olszewski. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Riley Patterson now for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just 1 play resulting in the touchdown. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. From the 6. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
To try again after the sack. Wilson, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. So this defense clicking early in the year, Week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Patterson now for the extra point. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know they got it, and congratulations to them, but it's just not a good play. I mean, the risk-reward is really off the charts, not in your favor. Run your offense out there. Put it on the 2-yard line if you want to go for 2, but I'll be darned. They ended up getting that one, didn't they?
Taken from about the 12. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. But this offense has struggled, haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there's good
pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Rudolph. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Rudolph looking to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Gunnar Olszewski, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Well, it's only week 1, CD, but right now this offense, they look in mid-season form.
And what we're seeing is the benefits of all their dedication in the offseason. OTAs, mini camps, preseason, you name it, they did it. All that work and preparation, we're seeing them play really well right now. They're making it all pay off.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Bengals nothing.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. From the 6. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Now Wilson. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
It certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
On is the punter Hawk as he gets this one away. Olszewski now to return. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday nighter of the new season. And how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas, 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in Week 1 this year. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story, and wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
This is where you step up, right here, baby. Let's be smart. Got time. Let's go.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Here's Wilson. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Offensively, might be thinking, what's going on here? One for their first 7 throwing the football.
So maybe they're thinking about rethinking their strategy a little bit right now with the way that they're throwing it around. Not having that success, might have to lean on the running game for a little while and see if they can get him back in form.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. This is taken at the 18. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for...
He's got a man, complete. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 20. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 53 yards.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Rudolph. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
They threw it. They just threw the flag.
So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control.
Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Gunnar Olszewski. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Steelers are able to add on to their first half lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Extra point try now for Patterson.
And the route is on here in this first half.
Makes the score Steelers 36, Bengals nothing.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know, just trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. The offense on 3rd down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
21 yards. Well done on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
Rudolph on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
He was defended by Patrick Peterson.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. To throw again is Wilson. Being chased out left. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Barton, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to chap.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers. Past the 20. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score.
Well, Charles, I mean, things just seem to be getting worse and worse for one sideline, or to flip it over after that fumble return for a touchdown, better and better on the opposite end. What an impressive first-half performance.
And, partner, I know the saying in the NFL goes that no lead is safe, but I will say that this one seems pretty secure. And if we continue to see plays like that, back and say this lead is safe.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
From just inside the 20, a short kick. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bengals going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Wilson to throw.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. So this defense clicking early in the year, week one, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. The Bengals going to take over late in this first half. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wilson. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed. Unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Taking it about the 16. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime here on Open. It looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. And the Steeler offense ready to get going here in this 3rd quarter. Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs at their own 27. Hands to the up man. This is Watt. And some room to maneuver. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
First carry for the second-year man. It's Najee Harris. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Bengals will get the football back. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Wilson. Under pressure, they got him again. Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time, multiple guys get to it. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken right at the 35. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steelers ready to take over on offense. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Pickett. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Brandon, you know I'm all about quarterbacks protecting themselves, but I have to admit it. I liked what I just saw there. That rookie wasn't afraid of absorbing a big hit. Now, you don't want to see him taking those shots all game long, but he picked up the first down, kept fighting for yards, and was willing to embrace some contact to keep the play moving.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Here's Pickett. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away. Changes what you're...
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Kenny Pickett with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Steelers just continue to roll. We saw so much of this last year at the college level, but there you go, his first rushing touchdown as an NFL quarterback.
And with the speed he has, we certainly know it won't be his last, because that's something that aided him very well, as you mentioned, at the college level. It's something he's going to carry over, and they'll make it a big part of their offense.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And out now, here come the Bengals. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. On 3rd down, Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
This is taken at the 18.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of two play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything is working pretty well. For the defensive
what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Pickett, he'll look to throw it.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
1st and 10, here's Pickett.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground, incomplete. 2nd and 10, it's Pickett again.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Back to throw, Pickett. And oh, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good, but that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for 2nd down. Inside handoff to Mixon. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll air this one out for Boyd. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter. Back now in Cincinnati. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
Oh, the return is Olszewski.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. This has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we are watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? Let's hope this one gets over fast, because this game, well decided a long time ago.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
Here we go. It's Pickett on 4th down.
And he knocks the falls incomplete. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the fourth, but they didn't get it.
It's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Wilson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. Not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. This will be 3rd and 19. Now Wilson. Oh, had his hands on it. Couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. This is taken at the 15. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Steelers set to take the field.
Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total domination from start until now, and I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas at this point.
Do you think that on the sideline, some jokester said to one of his teammates, maybe a few of them, hey, we're up 50. Why not go for 100? You think maybe that line was uttered on the sideline? I can't believe what we're seeing here. An NFL game this lopsided.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Pickett will look to throw it here.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, let's face it, not a lot left for them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you could always get the backups some work. There's new plays to try out. But some people, let's face it, they just want to run the score up. It's fun.
I love the way that you expressed that because you gave plenty of reasons why people like to do things, but ultimately, they just like to keep their foot on the gas and they just want to tromp on teams. And what I like to see is, if you like to do that, how do you handle it when it comes back against you on those days where someone can run it up on you? handle it the way that you expect your opponent to.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. And the Steelers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs at their 25-yard line. Pickett now on first down. He's got a man, complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. From the 6. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Bengals set to take over. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Here's Wilson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been stymied left and right. Converted only 1 time. This is 3rd and 10. Now it's Wilson. And that's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. .35 yards that time on the punt. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. I'm just wondering, do they want to add on to this gigantic lead? My guess, given how they like to play and how explosive this offense is, Charles, that they're not content being up by this margin. They probably want more.
And if they do go and get more, oh, look out. At that point, let's just aim the camera for the post-game handshake because that one might be a little bit on the tense side, the way that this one is turning out.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. And Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
Going for it on 4th down. Here's Pickett. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Bengals will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 39 yards there. A big one. Pickett back to throw.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Another touchdown through the air for them, and for this rookie quarterback at the helm, he has put them in a great position, Charles, to get the victory in this one.
He's absolutely taking. Every touchdown for them has come via his arm. 0 rushing touchdowns, no special teams, no defensive scores. All him throwing the football. He's in cruise control right now, and so is his team.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. From the 6. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time.
And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. But my goodness, CD, I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball, but for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them here in this ball game.
And what a great teaching tape.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, CD, I mean, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into Week 2. This has been an impressive Week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. From the 6. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
To the air on 1st down with Pickett.
Steps away. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Keeps himself upright. Flush to his right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Now Wilson. his throw incomplete.
So many times we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Pickett to throw on first down.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle.
It's tipped, but it doesn't matter. He still catches it. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers. He's still barreling through. 20. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Takes it at the 7.
You ain't doing nothing today.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
One last shot for Wilson. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division.